Okay, so if somebody runs a social enterprise, do the same rules follow as a regular business?
So social enterprise, I mean, I'm chair of a charity, and we employ freelancers in the main because it's a project-based youth charity. So, but the basic principles of employment law apply equally to a social enterprise. If the person's an employee that you've taken on, that you have duties to, and they have duties to you under ordinary employment law, so you treat them the same as any other employer because they're an employee. All right, you're paying them a salary, you're paying them per hour or whatever the arrangement is. But charities and such organisations are varied in the way that they are helped by people because they may have, say, volunteer force and things. And a volunteer force also needs looking after. The fact that they're not employees and that you're not paying them, that they're giving their time, still means that you have to look after them. You have to have the correct insurances in place to cover them
Yeah.
because they're not employees. And so are they members of the public? Well, not quite members of the public either. So, you know, you need to make sure that they're safe and cared for on the premises. And so you need to put a good volunteering kind of structure in place. And you know, you can find those. I believe the Charity Commission have some examples of kind of volunteering contracts, so to speak. You know, that you're saying to the volunteers, you know, you won't place them in harm, that you know that it's a safe working place and things like this. So you know that's important. And if you're dealing with vulnerable groups, for instance, the elderly or children and things, then you know you've really got to ramp up your policy making. You need a safeguarding policy,
Yeah.
you know, and checks in place. You know, whether that's you know police checks or whatever. You know, you definitely need to protect your organisation by making it a safe place for everyone to benefit from or to you know to work for. The social enterprises, you know, can range from charities to community centres, and they all need regulation. If they're charities, they're regulated by the Charity Commissioner. You know, obviously, they're often limited companies because that protects the trustees from actions. You know, but you need to be very careful, particularly when you're having people working for free,
Okay.
which often happens in social enterprise.
Yeah. So the best place to go is look at the Charities Commission. Was that? Is that the best place to have a
Well,
look?
social enterprises, if you go online, you just put in, you know, how do I create a social enterprise? You're going to find an awful lot of help and assistance.
Okay.
So, you know, often those organizations are grant aided by local authorities or charities or whatever. You know, you can have social enterprises which decide where their profits are going to go, but they still have to trade at a profit because that's the nature of an enterprise, you know, effectively, you know, but you can count things like the public good as being a return, you know, so it's slightly different. But the nature of business is that you've set up in business, you've decided on a structure, and the point is to make profit. And I think a lot of business owners, you know, they get bogged down by the day-to-day of running their business by worrying about contracts, and they sometimes lose sight of that. And, you know, it's a fatal mistake.
Yeah.
So it applies to social enterprises, in my view, equally.
Okay, perfect.